Hey guys, welcome to the crash course on jQuery. That is a library of JavaScript. So this is a crash course, so I'll try to complete the topics as fast as possible and also try to complete all of them in the minimum amount of time. So JavaScript basically is like we have to code a lot in JavaScript. So developers made jQuery to make our work easier. So jQuery's main funda is to code less and do more out of it. So jQuery uses CDNs. So jQuery uses similar feature like CDN. So we have to copy the code from the internet. Let's go to Firefox and go to cdnjs.com/library/jQuery, and you will find it. Like copy any link. I'll copy the first one, then write source is equal to paste the link over here, and now you are ready to use jQuery in your code. So to use jQuery, you just need a CDN over here and you're good to go. Let's start with a simple tag. I'll start with a p tag. This is jQuery crash course, and scripts to type our JavaScript or jQuery. So the basic syntax of jQuery involves the usage of $. This is a syntax which tells the browser to fetch that this is the jQuery code and this is not JavaScript. So we write $. Then we have the name of the selector or the name of the element, as whatever you want to say, and then the action you want to perform on that selector. This is a rough syntax. This is not really what is happening. So let's see how we can manipulate this p tag, and let's change this text. After clicking this on the p tag, this text will disappear. So let's do it on using jQuery. So to start with our jQuery code, we have to write $document in brackets dot ready bracket function. So why do we write $document.ready function? This makes sure that our jQuery doesn't get loaded before the document is ready or before the document is loaded. So to make sure our document is loaded first and then we load our jQuery, we write this text over here, and then the syntax is similar to JavaScript. Now we have to make changes in the p tag. So again we write $, the name of the selector. So the selector is p, and then the action you want to perform. So whenever we click on it, then you perform the task below. So again the same thing, then we'll write $. Now so we want to perform the function over here, so we'll write on this p tag. So we'll write this keyword, without the quotation, without the double quotes, $this dot height, and I think we are pretty much good over here. So now to close the tags, just go and write this and okay. So it is closing the ready function here, and it is closing the click function over here. It is closing the click function here and the ready function over here. So let's save it and I think it will work correctly. Go to the window, open with Firefox. Okay, so when I click over here, it doesn't hide. Let's see what's the problem. Okay, so the problem is I haven't written doc type HTML, and this link is not working. I don't know why. So let's go and type in Google CDN for jQuery. There will be separate links. Let's go to this. Copy this link. This is Google CDN. Let's copy this one. Control C. Control V, and the link is copied. Now let's see if this works right now or not. Close it, refresh. Okay, now this works. Let me refresh it again. So the problem was with the link. I don't know why. Maybe I'm using an older version of my browser is not updated. I guess that's why. So let's click on this and it disappears. So our code is working right now. Okay, so let's move on. We can use the same selector and same function with a different action. So I'm using double click. So dbl click is an inbuilt function of jQuery. Save it. I'll go back to the screen. If I single click, it is not changing. So if I double click, it is hiding. So this also works. Okay, you can also use another selector to change someone else's, so let's right click me, and when the user clicks on the button, when he double clicks on the button, then P should hide. Okay, so now let's execute it. Okay, if I single click, nothing is happening, and if I'm double clicking on the paragraph, nothing is changing. So let's try it on button. So I double click the button and the paragraph is gone. Okay, so this is also working. Now let's add an H1 heading over here. Want to be lost, and let's give it an ID. So ID is equal to head thing. Okay, and I want this heading to be hidden. So what I'll write over here is hashtag heading. So I'm doing the same thing without writing the selector's name. I'm writing the ID, and whenever the user will double click on the button, this heading will be hidden. So let's save it and try it on the. Okay, so when you double click on it, nothing happens. When you double click on it, nothing happens. But when you double click on the button, the heading is gone and the paragraph is intact. So this also works. So the basics of jQuery is this much. Now let's head towards some advanced things. Now let's write some input fields in our HTML file. So input name is equal to name, and we'll write some text field over there. So, and let's make another field. Okay, what did I do? Okay, and this field is text. Name should be let's say roll number, and let's switch the button to this place so it looks good. Okay, so it is coming. Let's change it to the next line. Okay, and also this. Cool. Okay, so now let's change more functions on this. Let's apply more actions on the input fields. So I've written .document.ready function as it is mandatory. So on click of the button, without writing this action, let's use the on event. So on event lets you to basically write more than one actions inside the brackets. Let's write over here click is to. Also we have to write this because we are adding more functions, more actions. So what this function will perform, let's write over here to make it clean. Okay, so now it's looking good. So now let's apply the function. So we want to apply the action on input. Write input over here. So write dollar this dot CSS because I want to change the CSS. So this CSS is also an action for changing the CSS of the selector which we have used. So this is the selector, so this selector is input, so it will change the CSS of the input, and I want to change, let's say, the background color to, I'll change it to blue. Okay, I think we're good to go. And okay, semicolon. Let's delete this part. Okay, let's save it and let's try to run it. Okay, when I click over here, it changes to blue. Okay, so it is working. Let's try to add more actions on this element. So to add more elements, write a comma over here. So instead of click, I want to use a function called mouse enter. I think I'm wrong. And then function, simple syntax, same syntax, dollar this dot CSS. Let's change it CSS, and whenever the user will go over there, use the input, the background color should change to red. Pretty dirty. Okay, save it, recheck, it's good. Go to the browser, refresh it, and when I'm hovering over it, it is turning red. Let's restart. So when I go, it's turning red. When I click, it is turning blue. When I hover over here, it's turning red. When I click, it's turning blue. So it is working. Nice. So this was using multiple actions for our event, for our selector, for same selector. So let's move further and let's see what else we can do. Alright, let's do my favorite, which is animation. So now let's add okay, let's change it. So we'll add a box and we'll try to change its size after clicking this button. So click to increase size. So let's see how we can do this. So you want to apply the function on the button, so I'll write order button dot click and then from the function. So let's change the size of an image. So let's find an image in my computer. So let's go to paste it on the desktop, ASIF. I'll write the source dot jpg. I guess this is the correct, yes, it is jpg image. Then close it. Now we want to perform the function on this image. Dot, let's increase the size, so we'll write animate and then we'll write certain things like height. So we want to change it relatively, so let's write plus is equal to 10 pixels and also add colon. I think I've written the syntax wrong. Yeah, so plus is equal to, and the width becomes plus is equal to same. Let's try it. Let's do initial width as 10 pixel itself and the height also as 10 pixel. Okay, apply the colon over here, and now our code should work. Go to the browser. Okay, let me remove these things creating problems. Let's increase the size. And then go back to the browser, refresh. Now let's see if the size increases or not. I think it is not working. Now let's see what happens when you click over here. Okay, it is increasing its size. Nice. And whenever I'm clicking, it is increasing its size relatively. So I've clicked it many times. Click it again, 2, 3, 4, and it keeps on increasing its size. Okay, so it is working, and I guess jQuery is almost complete. There are more things like traversing and jQuery Ajax, so that is also pretty much easy. So there are other things like traversing and using Ajax or jQuery, so that is also pretty much easy. You'll be able to cover up. So in this crash course, this much was enough to get started with jQuery, and thank you very much.